Sure, one moment.
You're not gonna die on us this time, right, Carl?
Make
I
no
mean,
promises.
you literally.
No promises. I'm gonna have to run and take a bio in a little bit, though.
You just gonna let your phone die again?
Oh yeah, that happened. When I get upstairs, I'm gonna plug it straight back in. I'm at 63% right now, though.
Yeah, that's what I was poking fun at.
I kind of forgot that happened.
Yeah, mid-sentence. Godfather
While
style.
while he's pulling up the map, does anybody want to volunteer to recap?
At the very beginning, Mana surprises everybody by waking up.
When he should have been dead. That motherfucker
Yep.
sold his soul to the devil while we're in hell. I cannot wait to see how that plays out.
Hey, Devil.
Yeah, me too.
A devil. He made it. It makes a
Yeah.
point. A devil while we're in hell.
A devil, yeah. Don't know which one exactly. Went back
Depends on
down.
how many more levels of warlock you take. He's not going to take really active interest in you till you hit like level 3 of warlock, because at level 3 of warlock is when you get your gift. You know.
Right.
So he's not really going to push till level 3. So that's up to you if you continue to level in your dark powers or not.
Okay. Went back into the dungeon that almost ended us, and almost got ended again.
How did you almost get ended, Cam?
Came across, I don't remember what they were called. Like the names
They
of
were more
of the
cultists.
beasties.
They were.
Yeah,
they
it
were
was
more cultists.
Yeah, more
The
cultists.
guys with the flails.
We did
The
good in the
skull
first
flails.
room.
Yeah. Pretty well in the
That-
first
so-
room.
That one
You-
fireball.
You came across some necromites of Miracle and a skull
Yeah.
lasher of Miracle, and
Yeah.
you know the skull lasher wasn't great. The necromites were whatever. The skull lasher wasn't great, but the Master of Souls, which was the one that damn near took us apart, and dropped a fireball on us, no less.
Yeah, like it was nothing.
Yeah, I didn't read that he could do that.
I love how nonchalant Jaime cast it too. He's like, "All right, fireball."
In my life, that's the first time I've ever experienced a fireball in D&D
Same,
ever.
same.
And it's horrifying,
It's
isn't it?
surprising to me. Yeah.
A fireball is actually horrifying. What was it? 8d6?
8d6.
Just came dropping on our heads. I'm gonna be a lot more careful about picking stuff like that now. To be honest.
Yeah. He's still somewhere in the dungeon. We successfully hid from him, and he successfully went the other way.
I want to be clear. We all did successfully get our short rest when we hid. To that end, I hope people spent healing dice if they were going to, or whatever, to heal your characters as needed.
Yes.
But we did not get a full normal hour short rest. We got a cinematic short rest in that as he was walking away, we closed the door. We were like, all right, we got a few minutes to catch our breath, and then we got to get our shit together, kind of way. And it just so happens to be enough time passed between episodes of our show that a rest occurred. So
Yay.
that said, I'm not looking at my screen. Has he got the map up yet?
Yes, I do have the map up.
Does. We're not in here long. Right as that music winds down, that was perfect. We're not in here long before we start to hear squirming from the pile of dead bodies.
Oh no.
Jaime, I need you to place 3 lemurs in the room we're standing in. Actually, put 1 in the room we're standing in. I'm going to give you 4 total creatures, and they all basically need to be as close to that backroom sarcophagus area as possible, because I kind of figure we shoved the bodies that way. So 3 lemurs, and then 1 skull lasher of Miracle need to be placed sort of in that area. And the skull lasher of Miracle is actually one of the previous necromites of Miracle apparently was not all the way dead. And as he rises, he reaches over and grabs the previous Skull Lasher's mace
Skull Lash.
or flail and snatches it out of his hand and stands up with it. And as he does, 3 of the other bodies turn into writhing, gibbering masses of soul flesh goo as they stand up out of their bodies and form the 3 lemurs.
You keep calling them lemurs, and I keep thinking monkeys, but they're
they're lemures is how you're supposed to say it, but I don't like pronouncing it lemure. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So they're lemurs.
Lemurs.
So, you know how I've been fighting with dual daggers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I shouldn't have been unless I was going to throw one of them. Because I have 2 scimitars.
Agreed, both of which are finesse weapons.
I'm going through today and I'm like, well, I hope that some short swords drop so that I can dual wield them. And I scroll down a little further and I'm like, I have scimitars?
Scimitars count as light weapons too?
Yeah. They're light
Nice.
finesse.
Nice.
Even though they're a full-size sword.
So we
Yeah, they're
realize we
they're
have to
one of
defeat
2
these.
light weapons that are D6 as well.
Nice. So we realize we're going to have to defeat these guys that come standing up without summoning the bad guy from the hallway. Good luck. Everybody roll initiative.
Aha! Nice
close
middle of
my
the road 13.
Dumbass, I closed my beyond. Why did I do that? And Jaime, while you were gone, I had them clear a lot of the assigned characters from the top of the campaign, at least, so that basically the only characters that are in the assigned area are the ones we're currently playing.
Nice.
I don't know if Girk's got some in there, so I obviously haven't asked him to do it yet, but these guys I did. And my initiative is a 9. Cam, I don't know if I said it out loud, but I meant to, for volunteering to give the recap, you get inspiration.
Well, it fizzles out into the ether because I had an
You already have
inspiration.
some?
Yeah.
You're a dick twaddle. That's why you got to make somebody else volunteer when you have one. You knew this. I do this in
I
our
like that.
in-person game.
I can't remember what I had for breakfast.
Fair enough. Okay, guys, I have a way of rewarding my players for recaps in the form of inspiration. The first player that volunteers the recap gets the free inspiration. I was iffy on this policy. I thought it was an okay policy. It starts the game with somebody having an inspiration for sure, and that's fun. But last week, it was Cam's girlfriend Ashley that got the inspiration, and seeing a newbie's face light up because, wait a minute, I'm getting rewarded for volunteering to recap. Like, it made her want to take even more notes and everything like she had been doing. It worked like I'd wanted it to on a newbie's face. So that's when I'm running. Feel free to volunteer to recap first because that's pretty much a guaranteed shot at inspiration.
I think that's the first time I've ever volunteered to recap.
Subconsciously, you knew I was going to reward you.
It's always been Carl.
Yeah, it's pretty much
it's
always
usually
been me.
Carl.
Yeah, this I came up with this policy to encourage other people to start recapping so that it won't always be me.
Of course. Well, and you're technically running this game, so
Running this
you
portion,
recapping it. Yeah, you recapping it is kind of like, what's the point?
Yep. The point, I like the idea of players recapping because that lets you know what's important to your players. The things they remember are what's important to them.
Right. Okay.
So it gives me insight into your character to have you recap. So, to that end, is everybody ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
Always.
Wow, I rolled a 13 and I'm still second.
Damn. Did mine get popped in there already?
I did not catch what you got.
Oh, I rolled a 9, so not much better than you already have for me. But I moved ahead of Mulder.
So Idiom is first.
Oh man, and all of the bad guys rolled on initiative 4?
Yeah, I used the auto roller for it. It's kind of funny. Well, no,
It's weird that both sets of bad guys still ended on a 4 that way then. Because it should have rolled a separate one for each of them. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird that they both got 4.
I know, but it's valid because
2 rolls to generate it. That's awesome.
I know but that is valid because there's a third one. I left the Master of Souls on it, and it actually gave him a 22 initiative when I rolled all NPCs. So those are valid rolls.
Nice. That's beautiful. I freaking love that it actually separates their roles, but yet somehow they got the same thing. That's just fine by me. Okay. So yes, Idiom is first. Quick boy.
Okay, let's see.
I know we said there's not a lot of role play in these characters, but I gotta ask. Idiom knows that after that last fight, after dropping, he knows he's more powerful now. Like, he feels it. Because he's a sorcerer, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Jaime?
Yes.
Hello? Can everybody hear me?
Hello?
Oh. There we go. Now I can hear people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was weird. I wasn't sure if anybody could hear me at that point. But yeah, so he's a sorcerer. So yeah, in his blood, he knows he's become more powerful, and he's had 30 seconds to rest, and now he's being attacked basically from behind. What's Idiom's mentality right now? Like, how's he feeling? Give me some insight.
He's feeling way over his head. Like, he's almost died 3 times now. Or twice now. No, 3 times. 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
His friends have died and came back, bizarrely. And they're not satisfied. They're gonna keep coming.
Does he wear any of this on his face? Irina has an insight of 16, so I'm actually kind of curious from an Irina perspective. Does he wear any of this on his expressions and his body language?
Oh, absolutely. He is tense. He is frustrated. There's probably warm tears streaming down his face as he brings up his focus, points his orb, or holds his orb towards the stairwell, and
Did you, Jaime?
no,
It cut out at he brings up his focus.
He apparently my voice connection has been going in and out. I just saw it out of 1 bar. I've never seen it that low before. Oh, apparently I have
latency.
No, I have little to no internet apparently. My computer is saying I have no Wi-Fi for some reason. Oh no, wait, no. I use wired for this. Why is it showing my wireless then? Okay, it says I have no internet for my wired as well?
Well, we can still hear you.
I know.
So the internet's obviously working.
But my computer doesn't think so. And evidence is showing that it's faltering.
It is maybe something going on with
You're going crazy too, Carl.
and again.
Right.
I'm outside in my garage, concrete building. I can go inside.
Like, it was so bad, I thought you were messing with us there at the last.
I did too.
All right. We can leave it as it is because apparently y'all are still connected to my server thing and I can still talk to you. But if it gets worse, then I'll have to run troubleshooting, which will probably disconnect me from the internet once my computer realizes, oh wait, you don't actually have an internet connection. It's happened before.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, for the moment, we'll take a swing at hoping against the dark, and if it glitches, we'll go from there.
Okay, yeah.
Because we're here and you're okay at the moment. So you raise your focus, and then
Stop.
Raises his focus towards or towards the demons that are approaching, and whispers beneath his breath as in front of him there manifests a cloud of spinning daggers.
oh.
Excellent.
Actually, it doesn't say that he can't put that over a person. So he's gonna put that over the
So he
lemur.
just creates a cheese grater in the air above the lemur.
Or, I guess more aptly, around the lemur.
I actually kind of visualize it more like an Iron Maiden. I joked that it was a cheese grater, but I picture like an Iron Maiden, sort of like that's the placement of them, like successfully gridded daggers around his body that are spinning. Just because I'm thinking like the medieval era, that's kind of what that sort of would have looked like. I feel like that would have been the thought that came to mind. Is an Iron Maiden. That's me.
I pictured a scene from the Clerical Quintet when Catterley confronts one of the guys in a barn. He summons a thing of whirling swords over the dude's head and lowers it towards him.
Oh man. All right, so we got spinning daggers on the guy. How does that play out, Jaime?
Right now, so specifically, the spell is called Cloud of Daggers. You fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side, centered on a point you choose within range. A creature takes 4d4 slashing damage when it enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts their turn there.
Oh my goodness.
Cool.
Well, that guy's boned.
Ribbons.
Ribbons. Gently wafting ribbons.
Mm-hmm.
It is a concentration spell, though.
Okay. That means we need to make sure nobody comes up and strikes you.
Yep. Which,
Fuck, I'm gonna burn my soliloquy here. Am I in physical reach of you? With my soliloquy, you're casting this spell. Jaime, what are the components for this spell?
verbal, somatic, and material.
And you don't have to use the material because you're using your focus. I can't remember. Do you still have to use your vocal and somatic, don't you? Or is it replace all components?
It only replaces material components. I do, however, have Settle Spell.
Okay, that's fine. If you want to use it, you can. I wasn't asking for that. Jaime, you get an inspiration because I've spent since the beginning of the session trying to decide how I was going to play out the whether you guys needed to be quiet or not thing. And you are not only the first person to go, you're also one of the spellcasters, and you were the one that knew exactly the potential damage I was about to swing or could have swung off of, using the verbal component of said spell. So like free inspiration point right there. But I was asking from Irina's perspective because she's going to burn her soliloquy. So it's up to you if you want a subtle spell or not. If you feel like he would here.
Oh, absolutely. Especially considering that monstrosity that's still wandering around out there.
Okay, so really you don't even have to raise your focus if you don't want, if you subtle spell.
He will still do so.
Okay.
But that's why that's why he only needs to whisper his magic.
Gotcha. So I've got a camera perspective across you casting this spell to Irina standing beside you, and she literally is just gonna like reach out and wipe the tear away, and she's just gonna point to the corner of the room, and that's her soliloquy. Like basically like back the F up. We've got you. If you look at her with an insight of 10, you would see an expression on her face of like we'll cover you. She actually meant the other corner, but if that's the corner you would like to take, that works. I think you would have to take the other one to maintain concentration on the spell, wouldn't you? Since it's kind of line of sighty.
I don't think concentration is line of sight, is it?
I don't know. We'll go with, for the moment, concentration is not line of sight. Cool, you're tucked.
I like the idea of a concentration spell being line of sight at first, and then as long as you're concentrating,
you've got it.
You can keep it where it's at. But
okay, cool. Anything else for your turn, Edium?
Negative.
All right, Mana. You see Edium conjure this spell and then tuck himself in the corner and begin concentrating on it.
The slightly sadistic teenager that Mana is, he's going to stand at the top of the stairs and push anybody that tries to come out of the cloud back down into it.
So, triggered action. If anybody steps forward, you're going to take the shove action?
Yep. What can I do? Yeah. And then I'll go ahead and pass it to Irina.
Man, I'd have dropped Hex on one of those guys, but that's me. All right, Irina. Shit. He blocked the hole, but that's okay.
We can still, like, use ranged past him, right?
Yeah, but anything we shoot at past him gets a +2 to armor class. Because he is technically providing them cover.
Cool.
Huh. I missed. I rolled a nat 3.
No.
Tried to fire a short bow over your shoulder. I run past him, tuck myself in between Edium and Mana. If somebody wants to move my token.
Between Edium and Mana, you said?
Yep.
Hey, I can do it.
And then I pass turn.
Mulder.
So, Initially, since everybody's turn takes place.
Did I lose you?
He's then gonna reach for his crossbow and take a ranged shot at. Yeah, let's make it Lemure 1.
Okay. Everyone, check your connections. I dropped and then I came back. It was pretty quick, so hopefully they're still connected. But you might want to make sure that things are actually doing things in the server.
Well, it let me target.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Y'all are good.
Cool.
All right.
Does a 12 hit with the +2 to armor class? Because mana's in the way? Because of the partial cover, I should say.
Yes.
There should be a button at the bottom for you to click, for the record, when you have this situation.
Oh, is that the -2 and -5 is partial
Yeah.
and full cover?
There, yeah.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. I've been using them as just modifiers, even though I figured out I can click in here and add.
And
whatever
that's
I want.
that's partial and 2/3 cover. Full cover is you can't target the target
Yeah.
if they have full cover.
All right. So Jaime said I hit. So 8 piercing damage. Nice.
Nice.
Someone went.
Oh. Someone dropped out of Discord.
Oh, that was the
Was it me?
bot.
The bot
Bot
died.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
It's like Samurai Champloo.
And I've got it turned down, so only some of the notes are coming through on my end. Did it just drop out again? Oh,
Yep.
Somebody did.
It did.
Dang it.
Huh. But yeah, I've got it turned down in such a way that it warbles even more than that song was already warbling. So it made it sound super creepy on my end.
Nice.
One more time.
And I'm gonna move over here so that I'm not in a straight line with mana.
Nope.
And
It's-
it's gone again.
Not wanting to stay.
Kinky, that's fine. We don't need it. We can deal with the silence.
It'll still be on the VOD.
Yep. I'm actually really excited. I've waited a while so that I can let some stack up because I had streamed like 6 in a row. So I've waited so that I can have a bunch again to stream. So that I can binge our episodes.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Skull Lasher.
What will the Skull Lasher do? I know exactly what he'll do, Jaime. Look at his 2nd level spell slots. He's got 2 spells there. One of them would be really fun right now. Would be
Yeah.
really useful.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Crap. I hate it when GMs team up on us.
Right?
Honestly, this is a straight up, what is it? The monsters know what they're doing. This is a straight up the monsters know what they're doing moment. Edium had a really good idea. This guy's just got a way around it.
Misty Step.
Poof.
Haha.
So the Skull Asher briefly turns into mist and just kind of darts around to behind Mana.
Yep, through the daggers, he just comes at you like an image cast on fog. mana, and then like the fog cloud hits you, and it just poofs around you.
And that is a bonus
he
action, so he
reforms.
can still attack.
Yep.
Sweet.
So his Iron Skull Flail comes flying at Mana from behind.
Sweet.
This is his second-hand Iron Skull Flail. He took it from his dead buddy.
And misses.
Wow.
Oh, wait, he has multi-attack.
Haha.
Ah. Wait, why are we saying ha?
That's 2 attack with his flail, so
That should have been another wah moment.
he's gonna attack Mana. 16 versus armor class.
That hits.
For 12 damage.
Dang.
Is there anything I could do to help him when he got there? I don't have spells or anything yet on this character. Damn, no. Sorry, buddy.
Oh, good.
That was a hit.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know what alarm that is, but it's super annoying. Ah. His name is Robert?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
This
he
is
doesn't.
like when Kirk found out Uhura's name was Neota.
He doesn't actually like his given name very much.
Understandable.
I don't think it's
I'm sorry,
understandable. I call him Bobby.
Can you repeat that?
Ah,
You will be stabbed multiple times.
yeah. I was gonna say that's a good way to
It's
get
really
stabbed, Carl.
the best of the potential ones. Robert, Robbie, like, no. Bobby. It's better.
Can I get the ticket number?
Oh, I have some dirt of nicknames that or that he used to go by when he was little. I would never share that information though, otherwise I will get stabbed.
There what information?
That's good.
Nicknames
He
that
knows
he used to
his
go by when he was
Childhoods
younger.
and nicknames.
He was what information?
And who am I
He was
speaking-
being facetious.
Oh,
I said, who am I speaking with? Who are you?
Okay. So next person's turn then, eh? Oh, I
Well,
guess technically
since I
you
had
got a
my
move
held
action
turn
if you want to
held.
use it. You had your turn held with a specific trigger, someone coming through the
Sure.
fog, to which you would be able to use a reaction on. He didn't come
Pushed
through
him
the
back
fog.
down the stairs.
Yeah. You could have burned your reaction to try, and it would have done absolutely nothing because he was a cloud.
Fair. Okay.
Lemur, the one who's currently in the cloud, who
okay.
has been ribboned.
It is about to be ribboned.
Yeah, it needs to take the damage now.
Let's see. One moment. I'm going to get that right now. Dropping it onto Lemur 1.
Oh, what am I doing? I'm a dum-dum.
And that is 13 damage to the lemur. It is dead.
I can stream my shit onto my TV. I completely forgot from my phone. So what Keith is currently streaming,
Oh,
you
you
can
can
I can
cast
have up on my TV.
cast it.
Yeah. I gotta remember how to do it because my TV's got a unique thing for it, but it's because my TV's a unique area is an LG smart TV, so it's actually supposed to be easier. Android.
Well, Lemur 1 died. Lemur 2 is going to... really doesn't have any other choice aside from waiting 10 rounds, so he's going to try and go through the cloud. Takes 9 damage from the cloud. And then
you trigger a shove reaction, Cam.
Yeah, I would trigger it then. I could see him being pissed about getting mollywopped. Fuck you.
I'm looking up shove in 5e right now.
Okay.
There's a specific way to do it. There's a specific role. It's a specific action, rather. It can either be used to knock a target prone or to push a target away. You can use shove a creature that is no more than one size larger than you. Whether you shove is successful is determined by a contested roll. Your strength athletics versus, and your target rolls their choice of. So versus either their athletics or their acrobatics.
So my athletics. Ah, nat 1. Haha.
and their athletics.
Burn that inspiration.
Ah, nat 1. Haha. So, I'm going to burn my inspiration.
Why? You don't need to.
Either way, I wanted to make sure it's better.
Yeah, he does, because otherwise he falls down the stairs with them, and now they're both in the swarm.
Oh, that's
With
fair.
Exactly.
nat ones, come on.
Yeah, that was too easy. I fall with him because he just squishes under my weight. Like, yeah, I can see that happening.
Jaime, I have now learned a thing about 5e we have been unsure on and have been back and forth on multiple times across this game, and I now have a confirmation. With all contested checks, a draw results in the status quo. So ties are never successes in 5e.
Wow.
They are
Because we'd
never
always said tie
successes.
goes to
Yeah, we'd always
defender.
said.
So,
So
yeah.
what we say is tie goes to the player's benefit.
Oh.
Because that was 4th edition. Tie was go to the player's benefit in 4th edition. No, apparently
Okay,
with
wait.
all contested checks, a draw results in the status quo, i.e. the target not being shoved in this case. So your roll must be higher than the target's roll for the shove to be successful, but it says it right here. With all contested checks, a draw results in the status quo.
Okay.
So a draw is never a success. Which also means skill checks. If the check is a 15, you have to have a 16 to pass it.
Oh.
No,
Good
that's
to know.
not contested.
No.
That's
No, no,
not
no.
contested.
Yeah.
That's a targeted
Yeah.
check. That's a targeted check
Yeah.
as opposed to a contested check.
Contested would
Okay.
be like sleight of hand versus perception to
Versus-
steal something.
Yeah, stealth versus perception. Yeah.
Even their passive perception. Like, if it tied their passive perception, it was a fail.
Yeah.
Because that is
for
technically
stealth.
contested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love learning new things.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Jinx.
By the way, we shoved back into the cloud. Unfortunately, he only takes the damage once per turn.
Well,
Not when
but he starts
first
his
time
turn.
they enter it.
No, it does say.
It's
I
the
think
fir-
it says first per turn.
Oh.
It's the first time they enter it, or if they start their turn in the square.
Does he still have movement left is the question.
Actually, that's a good question. They have a speed of 15, so technically, they have
Would
5
he try
feet
to
of...
come back out of the
Oh, no.
swarm and come back? He nat one his check though.
Yeah. I would say no.
Yeah, even if he's got movement with nat wanting his check, I think he was caught off guard and slugged backwards and is now just like a mass, like writhing in that swarm waiting to get chopped. I was about to say, this was supposed to be the easy fight, guys.
Who said it's not? We haven't even been through a full turn yet.
Yeah. And one of them's already dead.
Uh,
I guess we could say that about me too. So.
Yeah, that's all right. If I can get advantage, if I can get behind him in that corner on my turn, I'm gonna be able to do a shit ton of damage.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm a rogue, I need my sneak attack.
so Lemur 3 just closes the gap. And seeing what's going on with that cloud of daggers being pushed back, he's not really all that willing to go into there. And Master of Souls is wandering the labyrinth. So Idiom's turn.
Concentration does not require an action. What do you do, sir?
Let's see.
Wait, that means you can cast your cantrips too, right now,
Yep.
or non-concentration based attack spells.
Yep.
Did you, out of curiosity, Jaime, when you got your meta magics, did you take quick spell?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, that also means he can double cast shit.
Yep.
Our healer is potentially more
Thank you for-
damaging than anyone in the party
Robert,
right
may I
now,
get your name?
as proved by the creatures in the dagger storm.
Does anybody have Thorn Whip?
Yes.
Did you? I was
Um,
about to say, did you take it? Okay.
I was going to say Idiom has something just as good.
Requires
Yeah,
a
he
verbal
does.
component.
It's all right. We can be a little bit verbal. He's still moving away from us out there in the swarm, out there in the thing somewhere. As far as we know. And I want to be fair, Keith. You could probably be as loud as the gibbering monstrosities are being. They're not quiet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't know the components for Misty Step, but it's possible that there was a verbal component to that the guy had to use. So take that to note for as far as the volume goes. I get that we're trying to be quiet. Just be aware there's we can be at least as loud as they are.
And there's nowhere in the rules that says you have to scream a verbal component.
No, you can actually whisper it. You just
And
have
has
to make
anyone on
sound.
site cleared layer 1?
That is actually
can
the
say things when you're
requirement, is that you just have to make sound with it. That is why you
anyone
can
on
defeat
site
a lot of spellcasters by casting the silence spell.
Yeah.
Boston had to deal with that in the Van Thamper Villa. The older brother set it up, a field of silence. So I couldn't do anything while he was torturing his other brother.
That must have been one of the ones I missed.
Oh no, you were there. It was one of the last ones that Wes ran, I think.
Yeah, the West area is still a blur for me.
Yeah. Anyways, so Idiom, how's it going, Bubba Boo?
So I was just reading up on meta magic. I can only use one meta magic option at a time. So unless he uses verbal components, he won't be able to do the quicken, which is fine. He is going to cast Lightning Lure on
Oh,
The
because you
Skull Lasher.
currently have subtle active on your concentrated one. That stinks.
No, he can't.
Well, no,
He can't use subtle and quickened at the same time because he doesn't have the feature
know.
for it yet.
So he is going to use a subtle spell to try and keep quiet, remain quiet still, and use Lightning Lure on the Skull Lasher.
Bro, I really want to get you 2 levels of
Okay,
Paladin. Alright, Lightning. Wait, on the Skull Lasher? He'll move the Skull Lasher. Oh, well, okay. As long as he doesn't move too far. Yeah, that works. Aha!
Now you're picking up what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I missed the tic-tac-toe there.
This is gonna be fun.
And Skull Ash is looking around like he appeared solid, swung his mace, looked up, and then got yanked away by a lash of lightning. This guy's having a rough day. He's like, I just woke up. Damn.
As the guy he hit pushes the blob down the stairs.
Mana.
Move away from the stairs.
That'll work.
Get my own advantage. Now everybody has advantage.
Yay.
This is how we do it.
For an 18 hits.
Ka-chow. Is this still punching? Or are you what weapon are you using?
My spear.
It says spear on the thing.
Yeah, I
Wow.
can't really read that without trying to zoom in. On
Fair
my thing,
enough.
since I don't have it streaming currently.
Max damage, yeah.
No.
Something I'll figure out for next time.
Unarmed strike
Inverse max
for
damage.
a crit.
Did you really roll 2 20s?
Holy shit.
Oh, I did. Hell yeah. Can I just have max damage?
Did you nat 20 with hold on, give me a second. I'm trying to turn
I
something
double
off on
nat
my phone.
20'd with advantage.
On advantage with double nat 20s, you add 1 extra dice of damage is how I play it. So normally a crit is double damage, add 1 more weapon die. Or whatever.
It was my unarmed.
Multiple dice you're using. Yeah.
This is my unarmed, so here
now
I'm just gonna roll it in the field.
It'll be a 3d4 punch.
So 9 total.
Plus your stat modifier.
Yeah, that's 9 total.
Stat modifier.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. I got to keep my eyes on the screen. Before next time, I'll get it figured out so that I can stream this to the TV.
That's funny.
Nice. You got him back for what he did to you, though.
Yep.
Alright, so that was a move and an attack. Is there anything else that you can do?
That was all of it because
That was also his
unarmed strike
bonus.
is a bonus. Yep.
Irina.
Irina attacks with advantage. Firstly, she's going to use her shit. She's going to use her item interaction to stow her bow. Even though she's not going to move, she's going to use her move action and draw her weapon, because you can draw your weapon as part of your move action. So she's effectively using her move action. She's just going to make sure she ends up right back in the same square. Or I could drop the bow and item interaction to pull the rapier, and then use my movement to draw my dagger. That's what I'm going to do. That way I have my rapier and my dagger out.
Double fisting.
Oh no, I'm gonna punch. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm not gonna use my rapier. I'm gonna use my short sword and a punch. Because with my punch, I can use my stat. So boom, there we go. Now I remember how to do this. 23 to hit with a short sword.
I mean, unless his AC jumped up like 5 points.
That's a hit.
10 plus a d6 for sneak attack. So 14 damage from my short sword.
They're heavily wounded.
And then my unarmed strike. Aww. Do I currently have inspiration? I do. Aha! Spending my inspiration to reroll that attack roll. 24 to hit instead of the 10 that I had previously rolled.
That hits.
Are you good on temperature? Should I?
For 5 damage. I didn't roll with advantage on this one anyways. Can I back up my attack rolls and roll them correctly?
Yes.
75.
I'm not going to re-roll the first one, but I'll re-roll my unarmed strike. There we go. So 25 to hit for 6 damage is what my second hit is. And I didn't have to burn my inspiration to do that because I completely forgot I had advantage on that attack roll.
Okay, that's a hit.
Sweet.
How much
And
damage
this
was
is
that?
why we. Oh, did I? I thought I said it out loud. Now I gotta look in the log. Where's the log? Log. 6.
Alright. The Skull Asher is unconscious.
Hell yeah. I'm glad I took that level of monk from you, Mana. Being able to punch somebody in the face and do that.
Oh.
So I could either offhand and do just a D4, or I could use my rapier and do a D8 plus 4, and then offhand with my dagger for a D4, or I can use my short sword for a D6 plus 4, and offhand with a punch for a D4 plus 4.
Nice. You get a better modifier than I do on your offhand.
I'm a beast. But I'm
Yep.
thinking about changing my plan for her. My plan for her was to go like full-on classical vampire. By level 20, she was going to have multi-classed out the wazoo. Shadow Monk, Twilight Cleric, giving her all of the abilities of like the magical supernatural side of like a classical vampire.
Pardon me
But, like,
interrupting real quick.
now I
Is there
do
anything else
most
during your
go
turn
for
that you want to do?
That was my bonus action, my move, pass turn. Sorry, I forgot. I can't click the button. I kind of thought pass turn was assumed. My apologies.
We've run into issues with assuming past turn in the past, so we stopped assuming.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm going to move here and I can't really see him, can I?
No.
Okay. We're gonna shoot the non-unconscious lemur. That's lemur 2, right?
Affirmative.
For an 18 to hit
That's a hit.
and 7 damage.
And it's dying.
Sweet. And then I'm gonna move right back where I was. And in turn.
That's 2 lemurs stacked on top of each other.
It's a pile of goo.
And in turn.
Right. Skull Asher needs to roll a saving throw. That's a success.
Haha.
Worry about the lemur saving throws.
I'm not going to worry about them because they fell unconscious in the middle of a cloud of daggers.
Daggers.
Also fair. They
They
start
just
their
took
turn
damage
at the
as their
beginning of their
first
turn,
saving
they
throw.
take damage, so, and that's an automatic too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to write them off, honestly.
Yep.
They're a level 1 creature, so
They're not even a level 1 creature.
yeah. So there.
And Lemur 3 doesn't really have much of a choice. If he wants to get in there, he's going to have to go through.
I can see him like whatever the Lemure version of cursing is.
Angry squelching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hey there.
And he is going to try and attack Irina with his bloody cut up hand. 17.
Oh, he's pissed.
Yeah, that hits.
4 damage.
Wow. All right,
He's
dude.
pissed. Took it down the first thing he saw. First thing he could reach.
All right.
Damage tracked.
And Idiom's turn.
I use my soliloquy to suggest the healing of mana, but it is not a requirement. Because my turn, if this thing is still alive, I'm gonna bite it so that I can heal myself.
Okay. We're going to use another sorcery point to cast a Quiet Cure Wounds. Mana heals 8 hit points.
Nice. You have uncracked my skull, Jaime.
That happens.
Thank you.
Mana, it is your turn.
I guess at this point, Mana would know that Irina would want to bite the Lemure, or what?
I mean, you probably see my fangs bared, but like, whatever, kill the creature. I said if it's still standing, I'm gonna feed on it.
I was just gonna like look to Irina and ask if she wanted to do the honors, and then hold my turn if in case anything went wrong.
Or double punch the skull lasher and.
He's gonna, or yeah, just double punch, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Let me
yeah.
just
Yeah, kill the. I forgot about that. Yeah, use your turn to kill.
make
the
sure he
skull
goes
lasher.
down for. Yeah, I forgot about
Keith's
that.
Right, Keith, that was a good call.
Don't want him getting back up.
Right.
What the hell?
Oh,
I'm feeling generous today. If people haven't figured it out, Keith, have an inspiration.
Sweet.
I rolled double sevens on inspiration, or on advantage.
He's unconscious.
You don't
yeah,
have to
but-
worry about
And
the roll.
they're awful crits.
Yeah.
You literally
So
just
you-
punch him twice and he's dead.
Yep.
Yeah. I just thought it was amusing. I did it anyway.
That is kind of funny though.
Anything else, Mana?
No, that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna try to feed on this bastard. Does a 12 hit?
Yes.
6 damage.
Squish.
On a hit, regain hit points equal to the damage dealt. Sweet. So I regain 6 hit points. I am over full.
Oh, I forgot I have that ability too. If I take a
You-
creature to zero.
You get temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Mine just is whatever damage I deal from this attack, the piercing damage from this attack. I heal that much.
Okay.
Okay. And
Which honestly is not as powerful as it sounds because the damage never goes up on it. So it's always a D4 plus my Constitution modifier. That's a lot now, but at level 20, a D4 plus, 2, maybe
Yeah.
3, maybe is
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's not a lot.
Out of 100 some odd hit points or so.
Yeah.
Depending on what route you take.
But okay, so that was all of them down.
yep.
Cool. As soon as the last one is dropping, a cloud of darkness falls on the room. Poof, like magical darkness. What's everyone's reaction?
Stow the crossbow and draw my scimitars.
Ready my spear.
Medium?
Backing away from the door.
Solid. Before we move any further, Jaime, what was the experience for all of that?
230.
I know 230 total. Okay,
Yes.
Amongst 4, we'll call that 50. We'll go ahead and just call that a flat 60 experience apiece.
Feet.
add it to my thing so that I don't forget it somewhere. Like apparently happened at some point.
You said 60. So I'm at
60, yeah.
685.
Just out of curiosity, Jaime, can you move those spinning daggers?
I actually don't know. I'll look it up. It doesn't say that I can, so I think they need to stay there.
Yeah. Just curious. Yeah, they'd say can move as a bonus action or something along those lines.
Right.
So we all ready our weapons as this cloud of darkness falls upon us. When the cloud lifts, standing in front of the door is an imp. If you want to place that, Jaime. And he says, I think you want to stay in here with me. Yes, I think you all probably do. What lies beyond this door is far too dangerous for any of you to handle. And he's like all but condescending in how he says it.
Mana's almost been killed twice in the past 12 hours, but he's still giving the imp the stink eye, but doesn't say anything.
Heath, how are you reacting?
Give me a sec. You're gonna need to check your messages, because
Well, I guess I could just ask it. What happens if I put the soul coin back in the belt buckle?
Well, it's not a soul coin, but it's are you talking about the magic coin?
Yeah.
You don't know. You haven't put it back in the belt buckle. Are you going to try that right now in the middle of this guy saying it's really dangerous to go outside?
I was thinking about it.
So you're contemplating sticking the magic coin back in the magic belt buckle.
And
Jaime,
not
what are
really
you doing?
trusting the imp because we're in hell anyway. And they're
Mhm.
not to be trusted.
Jaime, what are you doing?
Idiom looks nervously between the imp and his party members.
You can see the way they're kind of reacting. None of them are like lashing out to attack. They're kind of trying to do everybody seems kind of scattered on what they think the best option is. Except Irina. Irina is like, her fangs are still bared. There's still blood on them. She just dropped that last body and like, she's ready to go. As far as she's concerned, let's kill the imp and keep moving. Whether or not that's the good decisions, immaterial to her. So do you think, I guess the question is, who do you sort of stand with there? I'm trying to get to whether or not we're rolling initiative or whether we're going to roll a conversation with this guy, just so you know, group.
At this point, Idiom is kind of... Oh, I forgot to mark up spell slots. Hold on. Okay, I'm caught up. Idiom is more keen to try and talk things out, but I mean, these are demons, devils, so it's kind of hard to take one at their word.
Fair enough. Comes around to Irina. Everybody sees Irina is like, she's ready to go. When nobody else makes a move, she actually takes a step into the square directly in front of the guy, and she has her short sword in one hand and like her basically like a claw bared on the other side. And she says, she looks around. She would do the same thing kind of that your characters did Idiom did, and sort of look around at everybody else. Seeing current reactions, she would look this guy right in the face and be like, look, it's kind of you. And she would say that sort of sarcastically, it's kind of you, to try to impede us from what could be our potential doom. But lest you want to meet your own, you will get out of the way. And that's her reaction. So, because nobody really knows what they want to do, other than try to talk it out, I'm still going to move us into initiative rolls. If people want to roll new initiatives for this situation, including the imp.
Hey, a 1.
Wow, I got an 18, Heinrich.
Actually, I'm not mad because that's where I want to be in initiative right now.
Oh man.
Okay.
Okay. With us being officially in initiative order, that would make it passed to, unless Edium wants it, I'll actually just pass straight down the line back down to Mulder. Since he's after me in the current initiative roll.
EDM will take it. I did think of something to ask.
Cool, I will trigger it up. We'll go back to the top of initiative then.
What interest would you have for keeping us alive?
He raises his hands in front of him, like they're almost like he's praying, and then he steeples them. And when he does, you hear the clanging sound of change, basically of coins rattling. And then he flattens his hands flat again. And when he reopens them into the steepled state, you actually see coins rattling around in there, and he releases them all into his left hand. And as he does, you see that he's got like 3 of them held up, almost like a player would hold up playing cards. And or sorry, 4 of them held up as though someone were holding up. No, 3 actually, as though someone were holding up playing cards. And he says, "I take a vested stake where any sure bet investment could be made. You and your friends seem to be quite dangerous, but the dangers outside are even more dangerous still. I simply say that if you want to go, take these with you."
Yeah. Giving us coins?
He sort of chatters and he says, "I'm giving you nothing. I'm employing you." Out of game, Cam, you begin to recognize this imp's voice.
Yeah, I was already kind of recognizing what was going on when you said 3, no 4, no 3.
Passing
You're
to
like 99% certain. Oh, what's that?
passing to Irina.
Pass to Irina. Okay. Irina is staring at the coins, but she's not sure what to make of it. I think I'm gonna have her roll a check, probably, if she's got the skills to do so. Let me see. Hey, yeah, I can roll religion on those for a 6 and get nothing. I look over my shoulder to Mulder and pass turn.
We fought too many weird things and are in hell for Mulder to trust anything that's coming out of this guy's mouth. He's got.
Cam, if it helps anybody in the group, this guy has obviously made a vested interest in keeping you alive.
Yeah.
Do you tell any of the group that as like a soliloquy, or do you let Keith make his turn without any more information?
I'm going to wait because I don't know for
Okay.
sure.
He's not sure what to do with the information he has. All right. So yeah, Keith, you've no reason to trust this guy except that this guy seems to think it's dangerous for you to go outside. And
Which
he's
I
holding
agree
coins.
with.
In fact,
I agree with that part.
Keith, you recognize the coins, only these don't have the same sort of energetic glow to them, I would say, sort of existed on the coins you had originally found.
You mean
The
the
bag
ones
in the
that I
street.
opened the bag with?
Yeah. They match them, they just don't have the same, like, glowing sense of aura about them.
Do I have to roll anything to know that they're unfilled?
You can try to roll an Arcana check for it to know that they're waiting for souls.
I'm actually proficient in Arcana. Not athletics.
But you would have to. This would be your check instead of trying to sack. So do you put your other coin away, your magic coin away, your power coin away?
No, I'm still. I never took it out of the pouch. I'm still fingering it and the belt buckle with one hand, and the other hand is since we're far away, would be near his flintlock.
Okay.
None of it's drawn, but and no, I rolled a nat 1 for a total of 7 on that Arcana check.
You don't want to burn your inspiration?
Oh, that's true. I have an inspiration. Yeah, let's burn that. For a 15.
You are 100% certain this guy is offering soul contracts. He's straight up saying, like, no, I'm going to turn you into a warlock. I'm going to give you guys power, but in exchange, I need you to do something for me. And it would totally
So-
be your souls going into the coins. He's not trying to give you coins. He's trying to take your souls and put them in the coins.
Right. So I haven't said anything yet. So I'm gonna say those are unfilled soul coins, and he's looking for us.
He looks up and says, I'm not looking for anyone. I have found people in danger, and I am offering my aid.
Well, it's his turn anyway now.
That's what he says. And I am offering my aid. Out of game, he basically explains, if you agree to this contract, he will give each of you, well, yeah, each of you, because technically he already owns Cam, 1,000 experience right here, which would jump everybody at least one level. But he says, in exchange, you have to take that one level of Warlock. That's the mechanics of the offer he's put on the table.
In other words, it'll give us a shot against Boy with Fireball.
Yeah, of course, you don't have to
Potentially.
take it. You don't have to take it. He's just simply offering it. You guys could cut him down right here for offering it. Cam, you already work for the guy. How do you feel about all this?
It would be at that point, Mana looks up and goes, "Do I get a coin?"
He taps a coin pouch on his waist, and you hear rattling inside and says, your coin was minted not long ago, or not earlier this night. Not but earlier this night.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Now, Irina is outright like, no, this is a terrible idea. I come from a place where vampires make deals with people, like this type of shit. She straight up would be like, dude, this guy would give us a shit ton of power. But like, no, this is a bad idea. So that's Irina's 2 cents.
Yeah, I'm
Does
leaning
anybody
towards-
else take the offer?
No.
What about you, Jaime? Are you considering it?
No, EDM declines.
Okay, then the real question is, do you guys just attack him? Do you let him do you tell him off? To that end, we are at the top of initiative again. Or no, Mana. Mana is after the imp. Mana, everybody's declining. And the imp currently owns your soul or has some sort of connection to the soul contract that brought you to life. And it's your turn.
do you work for?
Roll a persuasion check. You see him
I
get
probably-
taken off guard when you ask that question.
Persuasion. 12.
He says, "We all have our employers, but let me assure you that mine has an entire vested interest in the success of your caravan."
Well, understandable. Oh, I get it. I, as a player, just got it. But well, now how do I phrase this question as Mana? Well, hell. No, I don't know how to phrase this question because I understand it. Mana says, "Well, as your employer's obviously newest employee, I have a vested interest in knowing who I'm dealing with." That's
I want to be clear. I didn't name this imp Jaime. I want to be clear.
Okay.
The imp looks up and says, "So, out of game." In fact, the imp looks up and says, "Well, who you're dealing with is Master Sai." And then he looks up out into the aether of the fourth wall and says, "No relation."
Wow.
Wes named this imp. Wes named this imp, but the imp's patron or the imp's master is a fourth wall breaking thing. He's tied. This is one of Boston's imps. Jaime, that's what Cam has figured out. This is one of Boston's imps.
yeah. My Warlock Pact is from Boston.
Cam has figured it out, but Mana hasn't. And out of game, Mana, you would have to roll a persuasion of probably 20 to get him to admit that it's like Boston. Like, that's the difficulty you're targeting.
I just want to try. Screw it.
You already rolled your persuasion. Pass turn.
Even though he rolled a 20
Be
for a
fair.
total of 21.
To be fair, Irina's trained in persuasion, so somebody could give her advantage on the roll. But otherwise, we're passing turn. I believe that makes it Edium's turn again, doesn't it, Top?
Mm-hmm.
That was funny.
So the last thing you heard was the imp saying that, the guy that I work for has a vested interest in the overall success of the caravan. And then he says, and as for who you're dealing with is Master Sai.
Well, the offer is appreciated. Sounds like we're all declining. So, if you wouldn't mind, I think we need to get a little bit more rest. We have some wounds to lick.
I don't know that rest will do you any
Sure.
good, but as it is, and as he says that, like, he turns into this misty, foggy vapor. He's using the Misty Step spell. And as he turns into vapor, the door pops open. Standing in the square behind the open door is the Master of Souls.
Of course.
Beep boop.
You can remove the imp, and you can roll initiative for the soul, and we'll use our standing initiative.
And he's used a 3rd level spell slot.
Yes, he has already spent one of those spell slots. I want to be clear.
I had a feeling it was one of, but I had to make sure that he'd at least spent that one.
Oh, that's nothing. He's got one other spell in his 3rd level spell slot, and given the environment, Jaime, I want to put that in your head that's actively something he would be considering using. His other 3rd level spell. But beyond that,
Ah. Okay.
so beyond that, we're in initiative, and I believe Edium still has tops. Yep.
Yes.
All right, Edium, your turn. You see him just appear on the other side of the door as it like opens. He pushes it open, in fact, with his flail.
So okay.
People still gonna join.
All right, I'm going to burn the last 2 spell points that I have to make a quicken spell. Well, rather, before I do that, I guess. Lightning Lure. Can I pull him to be on the other side of Irina? Or, so basically between me and Irina?
What's the reach on Lightning Lure? I don't think a rule stops it, but I don't think a rule allows it. Technically, an enemy cannot pass through my square. However, it's forced movement. This is one of those times where it comes down to a GM decision. I would love to make this decision for you. I have an opinion on it, but whatever we set here is kind of going to be a precedent, I think.
It is not going to work regardless. It is... Or... Not only does Lightning Lure only have a range of 15 feet...
I think it only pulls 10.
It only pulls 10.
So it would stop him in my square.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So... Let's see.
I don't know. I think Irina would yell her do another soliloquy here and say corners, but like after you do whatever it is you're about to do. Because if we do corners, he's gonna have to enter the center of the room to be able to hit all 4 of us. So that's gonna force him to have to make combat decisions to not enter the center of the room.
Well, I was trying to get him to a point where if he used Fireball again, he would be at risk, was the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I agree with your idea. That's a great idea. Unfortunately, I need to get out of the way first. So I stick with my soliloquy of saying corners so that I'm of the mentality of I'm going to step to the square to the left of me no matter what on my turn. Because then I'm out of the way of his pull area to begin with.
Okay. So Idiom is actually going to step forward.
Okay.
Use the last 2 spell points that he has to quicken Bane.
Okay. So he
Let's
casts
see.
Bane as a bonus action.
Yep. And he failed.
Oh, he failed. So it took the casting was successful. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, ooh.
Ah,
And then he's going to hold his action for Irina's movement.
You know you still have movement too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just confirming. I know what you're gonna do, but
Yep.
okay, out of game, I know what you're gonna do.
All right. Is that it for your turn then?
That is it for my turn.
Okay, Irina is going to. She is going to move, which is going to set off your trigger. But I want to be clear. I'm using my action to set a trigger as well.
Okay.
When the bad guy is basically, my reaction is when you're done with yours, I attack. Basically, when the bad guy is effectively in a point of combat advantage, if he enters a point of combat advantage between me and Mana, that's when I'll attack.
Right.
So I move. If somebody wants to move my token, it is Edium can set off his lightning lure.
Damn. He
That was good,
succeeded.
damn, right?
No,
Oh, he succeeded.
barely. My dice check was 14.
Wah. Ties no longer go to the player.
No.
Okay, so he failed that. I've already set up my action to be triggered. Mana, it's your turn. If he enters the square in front of, or not Mana, it's his turn. Master of Souls' turn. Okay. Well, come on, enter that square, buddy. Don't fireball.
He has no reason not to fireball.
oh no.
Except to save his third level spell slots. He doesn't know how many people are down here. The only reason not to is to be conservative.
He wouldn't be able to see Mana.
He doesn't need to see us to hit us with fireball.
Right. Well, no, I just meant
He
As
needs
far
to
as he
see a
knows,
target
there's-
square.
2, maybe 3 people.
No, what I mean is he doesn't know if we have other people with us down here in other rooms. So
Okay.
conserving resources of his other third level spell slot.
He's gonna
So-
cast Ray of Sickness on Edium.
Ray of Sickness. Okay.
And it's a hit. So that's 9 poison damage on Edium. Edium is no longer concentrating on his Cloud of Daggers. Which I guess he wasn't anyway because of Bane. Or is Bane not?
Oh, yeah. Bane's concentration.
Okay. So I guess he's no longer holding concentration on Bane then.
And wouldn't Bane have impeded the guy's attack roll against Edium as well?
It should have.
Oh, did it? I
it
can't.
was
I
an
can't see
attack.
that. I can't see it is, but I can't see the dice roll tray, so I don't know if it did.
It
Oh.
did. He got a -4 and still hit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so now Edium has to make a concentration saving throw or constitution saving throw. And fails. He is poisoned.
Disadvantage on ability checks.
And attack rolls.
And attack
And-
rolls.
Poisoned until the Master of Souls' next turn. This was
That's
done
not
as.
bad.
Let's see.
Or I should say that's not terrible.
Yeah, because I was going to chime in and say it was at least only 1 turn or 2 turns because I was poisoned the whole fight last time.
I was gonna say unlike Mana.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's going to stay there.
I wondered.
Tinker.
Okay, what does putting the coin in the belt buckle constitute in terms of actions?
It's an item interaction.
Sweet. I'm gonna take a step back, and then in front of me, so between me and Mana, I'm gonna stick the coin in the belt buckle. Put it
I
on
may drop a person token in there that we're going to use as a person. I've got to pull up another character sheet. You pop the coin in, and appearing directly in front of you, Keith, is Sir Dawn of Elturel. And a flash of lightning and white light.
How much spoken words can we speak on our turn?
Huh? On
Or it
your turn,
constitutes an
as
action?
much as you want. Talking is talking. It only constitutes
Cool.
as an action if it turns into a skill check.
I'm going to inform him that there's a big bad guy at the door that's already attempted to successfully kill 2 of us once already, and we could use some help. And then I'm
The
gonna
guy that just dropped will come in at initiative spot 9.
and then I'm gonna use my action. Is going through his and Mana's spot. Thorn Whip give any negatives?
As long as you've got line of sight, yeah, you would still have to deal with the 2 of cover because you're cutting through, even though it's 2 allies, you're still cutting through 2.
So it's minus
People.
2 for cover. And I crit.
And you crit?
And I crit.
Money.
Money.
Roll your damage, drag him as 10 feet.
So it auto rolls
Thorn Whip's
2,
D4s, isn't it? Yeah.
right? No, Thorn Whip's D6.
Oh, damn. All right. So, yeah, it'll auto roll 2d6 for you.
And that's where I was trying to pull him.
All right. The moment he entered my square, he triggers my attack action. Or entered that square, he triggered Irina's attack action. Sweet. That's not a wasted attack action.
And I'm ending my turn once your attack action's done. I wasn't 100%
For
sure I'd
25 to
that.
hit.
Hell yeah.
I rolled a nat 19.
Does it hit?
9 plus my sneak attack. 13 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
How much did you do, Keith?
5. Plus
5?
whatever we've
And I-
done to him previously.
Yeah,
Which
dude.
I don't think was
All
very
right.
much.
None. Like, yeah, he's fucking. So, all right. We got his attention now. What else you doing, Tinker?
That was it. I was passing my turn when you were done.
Mana.
Hey, what are the rules with using my spear two-handed and unarmed strike?
If you're using it two-handed, you can't make an unarmed strike because, well, okay, you're a monk. You can make an unarmed strike. You're just making it with your foot or your knee or your elbow.
Yeah.
Monks kind of
So
get to.
justify
kind
it.
of get to break that rule, yeah, because it literally says in unarmed strike that unarmed strikes can be made with other things than your hands.
Yeah.
So that's monk unarmed strike, or monk martial arts, not normal unarmed strike.
Is your spear
Right.
versatile?
Huh?
Is
What's
is your spear versatile?
Yes. But I've been using it one-handed because I thought unarmed strike was you had to have a one-handed thing. But I think that's just the other unarmed strike classes.
No, you just
do
have
that.
to have a monk weapon, and is a spear a monk weapon?
Yes.
Then yeah, that's the only requirement for you.
Cool. I can start attacking with a D8 instead of a D6. Which I do. Oh, I get advantage. Hang on. Beer. 16.
Says it's a hit.
4 damage. And then I
Woohoo.
kick him.
And then I
Right,
kick him.
Oh, do I still get advantage?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a 21, I know
Nice.
that hits. 7 damage. I do more damage with my foot than I do my spear.
You are a martial artist, man. What was
And
your
that's
total
my
damage that turn, Mana?
7 and 4, so 11.
Another 11.
Yeah.
Fucking him up. I just don't know. Is he bloodied yet?
Yes. He
He's
is heavily
orange.
damaged.
Okay, I'm adding it up on a turn-by-turn basis, not on the overall, so I wasn't sure quite how much we had done yet. But I was like, it's got to be over 20 or 25 at this point.
We're giving him the classic Exiles jumping.
Yeah.
It's time for an all-out attack.
Now
Open to
it's
the middle of the
time
room.
for an all-out attack. I may have an inspiration. He referenced my favorite video game. Persona, for anybody wondering.
Persona.
Still need
See.
to play that.
Yeah, me too.
I even
Persona 5
purchased it, and I still
Royal
need to play it.
is Persona 5 Royal is the second best entry in the series, and it's on PS4. It's pretty damn good. And specifically Royal, I think Royal is better than the original because I like the new female character they added.
Oh no, Carl. I specifically purchased it to play it because you said it was a good RPG, and I still have yet to play it.
Oh, dude, any JRPG, in my opinion, is a better RPG than most American ones. This is all off
Yeah.
topic, and I really don't want to tangent this way, but this to me is relevant because RPGs, because they add the downtime, aka going to school, meeting people, making friends, but then also dungeon crawling and fighting monsters, and that to me is awesome. So, all right,
Idiom uses
all out
his
attacking Idiom.
Idiom uses his second his second level spell slot to cast Cloud of Daggers.
Yes.
You know you're having fun when the two DMs who are supposed to be messing up your party are also having fun not messing up your party.
I don't like messing up
We're
the
not-
party.
We're not supposed to. Jaime and I are both in kind of agreement that it's not a GM's job to be against the party. We don't play
Oh,
versus,
no, I didn't-
we play with.
I didn't say it was. It's just it's fun to hear that
Joy
that
on that
player
side of the
laugh.
conversation.
the player laugh out of a DM.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
I agree.
Okay. But Idiom is also just going to stay put. He's worried that if he moves, the Master of Souls will just go into the room and avoid this cloud.
Yep.
Irina.
I don't take damage for sticking my hands in the cloud, do I?
No.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Because I'm about to throw hands.
Where'd you get
First
the hands?
short sword. First the short sword. Which technically hit, but I'm going to re-roll it because I forgot advantage. And 15 to hit.
That is a hit.
For 11 damage.
Okay.
And then my unarmed strike, which I need to roll with advantage. Crap. I rolled a 24, but let's see. We're rolling with advantage. I got an 18. So an 18 to hit. So that's a hit for 5 more damage.
Okay.
Okay. As my bonus action and my action. Definitely not taking a move action. If he can somehow get out of there, Jaime, now he would probably use that other the third level fireball spell that he's been holding, because now he has no reason not to use it. He doesn't, because with his hit points as low as they've got to be now, I'm sure that would be a fuck saving resources, run backwards, blah. Which is my polite way of saying as I pass turn to the knight. Oh, hey, it's the knight's turn. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
End it. And the knight can end it. Is the knight in reach? Let me look at the picture. The knight is in reach. So basically, when he spawns, you see he's still covered in blood from his previous fight, and says, "Really, you would summon me in my 7th hour out of game?" He literally was in his last hour of a long rest when you interrupted his long rest.
Oh.
So I had to have him spend 7 short rests.
Oh.
So or 6 short rests. So he's, healed, but he cost him, or he doesn't have his spell slots and stuff. So
Has it really only
that
been
end.
7 hours since I got his?
It's actually been significantly less on the temporal field. Right now, it would actually be like 5 hours in the main game have passed, while for you guys, something like 22 hours or so have passed. You guys have had 2 long rests and a couple of short rests, as well as just normal playtime in that period. But you guys are caught in a time dilution. Oh. You said Misty Step was a bonus action, right? Boom. He cast Misty Step. The knight is now standing behind the other guy, so the other guy can't back out.
What are the odds?
All these people know
Leave me
Misty
with-
stuff.
3 first level slots or just smacking it. Oh wait, I can't spend a first level slot because I cast Misty Step, which is a 2nd level spell, so I can only cast a cantrip or a basic attack. For my basic attack. The razor wire. 23 to hit.
That is a hit.
Oh, 7 damage. Oh, I'm sorry. 7 damage plus my genie damage. Plus a d4. I forgot. I haven't looked at this character in a while. So plus a d4 plus 3. So 7 damage plus 7 damage. 14 damage.
He is unconscious. And now that he's in the
Wow.
Cloud of Daggers is basically going to finish him off.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I'm good with it. Let it. Unfortunately, because you summoned Sir Don, he gets a pick of the experience. Sorry, Keith.
It's perfectly all right. I didn't realize that we were. I mean, I didn't know we were gonna fuck him up before my next turn. Like, if I'd known that, I would have just walked up and attacked him. But
It's all right. You used your IOU with the guy, and he popped up and got the kill shot. It works out. Daggers rip everything apart. Everybody gets 250 experience. Sir Don's only taking 100.
I need 60.
How much? 250?
250.
Haha! I level up!
You leveled up, and so did I.
You leveled up, and so did I.
We normally only go about a half hour longer. Do we want to wrap up here, or do we want to go a little further into the dungeon and just bio right here while we level up characters that need to be leveled up?
Honestly, this is probably a good place for us to stop.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Okay. At that point, then, the knight would look at everybody and say, look, you all seem well tired. I think if you take the time to rest here out of game, he'll afford everybody a long rest while he plays guard. But then he looks at Keith and says, I think that will call any debt to you for pulling me out of that intersection paid for, yes? So basically, if he grants you a long rest, you can't summon him again for a while. Like, he'll take off and go do something else and maybe come back later. Or you can be like, no, we're only going to take a short rest. Get back in your belt buckle. How you feeling, Keith?
I'd be loath to give up such an ally, but I know that we all need a long rest.
It would recover a lot of spent spell slots and sorcery points.
Yes. I'm gonna go with the long rest. On the grounds that he and I get to have a 4-hour long conversation while everybody else sleeps.
Oh, that's right. You don't
It
sleep.
doesn't even have to be about like anything specific. It can just be getting to know one another.
Solid. Sir Don of Elturel, he's literally a knight of the city. When the city fell, he was like, fuck it, I got shit I gotta do. And stuck around with the city. He doesn't know anything about what's going on with, people up in the hold or anything like that. He's literally been doing what you guys have been doing, just rescuing people and fighting bad guys. And that's his day-to-day life. He's basically become just like a monster hunter living in this post-apocalyptic sort of world.
And then, yeah, I'd bring him up to date on what we do and that I woke up down here.
You were born down here.
Created.
Out of game, Keith, they finally have the race you were looking to be when you made your character. You know how you were like, I want to play a Warforged, but my Warforged is a gnome? Like, he's a little short one? Those exist now. They're called auto-gnomes.
Yep.
They
I
came
can
out
just,
in
I mean,
Spelljammer.
I can just be a short Warforged styled after a gnome. I'm fine with that for now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they finally mechanically gave you what you needed. All right, so then yeah, we'll get our levels and see everybody next session, I suppose.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and leave the server open for everyone.
And
Okay.
give the part. I don't know how that works with dual parties, but
Give what now?
give us
What are
a
you talking
long
about?
rest.
Yeah,
I know
we're
he
getting a
can
long
give
rest.
us a long rest in Fantasy Grounds, but I don't know how it works with multiple parties in the same.
Oh.
campaign.
So you can give yourself an individual long rest in Fantasy Ground. You can click on your own character sheet.
Really?
Really? How do you do that?
If you
There's a
right
button in
click
there.
on
It's
your
been a while.
if you right click on your profile pic, there's a lock icon that pops up and it says rest, and you can choose short rest or long rest.
That's not what I wanted to do.
From your character sheet.
I tried that. I can move it around. So this portrait or this portrait?
Oh, apparently it's anywhere on your character sheet.
I have minimize and close window.
Maybe
Yeah.
I have to do it. Because I could see the option.
Yep. Neat.
Cool.
Okay.
I have a
Mana
question.
Mana. When you level up your character, I didn't get to see it last time, and I need to give you crap for that. But roll your thing and your hit points in the server, so they can be seen when you roll them.
It's set my max to 24. How do I?
I don't know how to change it in Beyond. You're just gonna have to manually change it after you make your roll.
Yeah, you can override
Because
it.
it goes, yeah, you can override it, but it goes to the automatic minimum, the automatic halfway or whatever the
I was
average.
gonna say the mid.
Mid, yeah.
You'd have to
Okay.
remember what all your previous rolls were, and then you can change it.
Well, my last one was
Which-
17.
Which you
is-
can track your rolls on D&D Beyond. You can track
Yes.
what your hit points are on there and just keep that accurate and make sure you update it on the server.
Yeah, on the
Okay.
server, you literally just click your max hit points and you can type in whatever you want.
Okay. Sure, I'll just roll it on Beyond then. Mono.
Carl.
Yeah.
Do you by chance know why I have this talisman thing on my character in Fantasy Grounds? Because I can't find it anywhere else. I don't even know where it
What?
came from.
What talisman thing?
This right here at the bottom.
Oh, that's the belt. That's the belt buckle.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's a warlock, and his talisman
This is his belt buckle.
is actually the coin,
Oh.
and it has abilities. Whoever holds it, and we completely forgot that it had that because I wasn't calling it a talisman in my brain. If you'd have said the word talisman before now, it would have applied. But its abilities are based on if you're struck by an attack. The belt buckle. So all genie-based warlocks get their own like genie lamp, basically. The belt buckle is his genie lamp, which is part of the whole Zordon joke. Serdon is that he has a capsule that he can go into, and he doesn't age inside the capsule. Because that was me being funny when I made Zordon.
Hmm.